So hello friends, welcome back, and in this video we are going to see June Bookoff of CodeChef, and here is the first problem. Okay, so in the problem, what the problem says is that we have n elements named A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 up to like so on and so forth up to an minus 1. Now what we have to do is we have to make the blocks of like of size B. Like I will make a block like this of size 4. I'll make a block like this of size 4, and so on and so forth I will make, and last I will have some remaining, like what the remaining is that it is in block, last block. So what it says is that suppose the block number is for suppose 1, it is 2, it is 3, and so on and so forth. Suppose it is uh, let's say k. So if I opt for some element, suppose a2, okay, then I opt for an element, so I will have a memory, and in that I will store 1, which means its block number. Okay, now what it says is that what we need to find out is that to access, let me read the output, the number of machine loads. So when we suppose if I load element a1 now, then it can be loaded easily because the block in the memory it is 1 only. But if I want to access a5, then I will change its block number to 2, okay, and then a5 will be loaded. So we need to specify like the number of times the machine loads a block into this memory. Okay, uh, cache basically, which is in the phone, or you can say the PCs also, or in the websites also. So what we need to find out is how many number of times the block, which means this particular block is loaded in the is loaded in the cache. Okay, so we need to find out this. So how will we approach this? Let's see one example. So from this particular example, it will be clear to you. Now, how? See, it says that n is equals to 5, which means that I will have my A0, A1, A2, A3, and A4. Now, the another thing is B is equals to 3, which means the block size will be 3. So the blocks will be something like this. Okay, fine. And it says that M is also 3. Now, what is M? M is, as you can see that the what we need to print is M is the space like integers. These integers, you will print these M integers. Here I will have M integers, which will say like when I access these elements from this array one by one, which I showed you above. Like I will access a particular element, suppose a2, after that I will access a1. So these elements which I access one by one are the m elements which I need to access. So what we need to print out is the number of like minimum the blocks, how many, like when it loads in the memory or cache, you can say. So it is 0, 3 and 4. So 0 represents A0, 3 represents A3, and 4 represents A4. So as you can clearly say that when A0 is loaded, suppose I mark the block number as 1, I mark the block number as 2. So when A0 is loaded, then I will have 1 in my memory. So A0 is loaded in it. Okay, so I use one time. My block is loaded one time. Then when A3 is loaded, then its block number will change to 2. So block is loaded another time. So now A3 is also loaded. So A0 is loaded, A3 is loaded. When I need to load A4, then I can say that 2 is already loaded in its memory. So I will not load the block again. So A4 is also loaded. Now we just needed to load our block only 2 times. So our answer is 2, because once I loaded here and once I loaded here, and the same block was used for A4 also, because A3 and A4 lie in the same block. Okay, so how to think over this? See, as you can clearly say that I know the block size, which is 3, and I also know that suppose if I write A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. So as you can clearly say that, see, 0 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, these all are 0. If I say this, then 3 upon 3, 4 upon 3, 5 upon 3, these all are 1s. When I say this, 6 upon 2, 6 upon 3, 7 upon 3, these all are 2. So when I have this index and I divide it by the block size, which is B, then I will get a number which will represents the block ID. So how I will obtain my block ID? I showed you here. Now with the help of this block ID, I will find out in which block I will place and what is the block now. So for example, when let's take this example only. So let me erase it. Yeah. So as you can see here that initially my element which I had was A0. A0 was the first element. My answer was 1 and my block ID was 0 upon B. Okay, it is 0. Now I opt for another element which was A3. Now its block ID is 3 upon 3, which is 1, which is not equal to 0. So I will increase my answer by 1, so it will become 2, and the block ID will be updated to 1. Now my next element is A4, so I will do 4 upon 3, which is 3 is here block ID, which is also 1. I will see that 1 is equal to 1, so I will not change my block ID and neither I will update my answer. Thus, when the array is completely over of size m, then I will check what is the answer, and thus I will print my answer. So I hope that you guys got it. Let's see the code quickly. So here I input my test cases, then I input my n, b, and m, then I input my array, then I have the block. First block by taking the first element by b, so it represents the first block. Answer is 1 because I have opted one block for now. Then I will iterate from 1 to less than m because initially I have this 0th one in the above line. Here the block for the particular I, it is ai by b. I will check if the block is equal to its like the previous block. If it is not equal, then I will update its block and I will update my answer as well, and at last I will print my answer. So I hope that you guys have understood it. It was pretty simple question. We just need to check their blocks, and the blocks can be found out by their respective IDs, and it is the easiest way to find the block, I guess. So yeah, that's it for this video, and thank you very much for watching this video. See you guys in the next video. Bye.